2024. Ooh, but it is chilly. Ow, right in the face. So cold. Oh, my shit is cold.
Hey, welcome back. So if you haven't gathered yet by now, it is cold. This ride's a couple days after we opened up the trail, so this is the Reap What You Sow ride. Things are opened up and no log crossings for us today, just a pure ride. Well, there are some other areas that we need to get to that need to get cleaned up, but for today we decided it's going to be all play and no work, and we're going to put in some training laps because we've got a mission. And that mission's going to come up this summer, but we need to train for it. This little section right here is pretty tough. It's all whooped out, and in the summertime those holes are pretty deep, and I tend to find the bottom of every one of them. First time for everything. But what you need to do is carry a bit more speed, like this, so your front end gets across. That's something I need to work on. More speed. Coming up here, Lance is going to jump across this creek. It's about 10 or 12 feet across. I lack the courage and the skill for that.
How the fuck?
Anyway, because I lack courage and skill, I have to deal with this, which is fall through the ice and then extricate my bike from it. All this stuff here is things that we cut out this fall, and I wanted this log crossing, and I have to say, Colin, you're right, that's a crappy log crossing. I'm going to pull it out. It just turns out that the angle is wrong, and it's in the wrong place where the trail flows a bit more there. You kind of want to just carry your speed. Not that I object to log crossings, I kind of like them. It just isn't the right spot for it. For today it's probably -9, -10, and anywhere in the open there's a pretty good wind blowing across, so it's even worse. I have to say though, that cold dense air is making the bikes run extra crispy. This little section here, like I mentioned, we cut out this fall, and it needs a bit more trimming, but I'm not sure it's shown up in any videos before because I'm not sure I've run it. So here it is. I'm going to call this one the Forest of Spears because if you go off your bike, there's a pretty good chance you're going to stab yourself. And now that I said it, you can't unsee it. You're looking at spears everywhere, thinking, hey, if he crashes, he's going to impale himself. But no worries, I am wearing a good chest guard because I've learned from experience that jousting with even a small tree is no fun at all. So coming up here is going to be another one of those little gaps that you really need to carry some speed to clear right here, and you can see that I just about don't. It's a lot smoother if you do clear it. It's my impression anyway. Okay, time to change things up just a little bit. We're going to switch bikes here in a second, and I really do like that. I like riding other people's bikes and seeing how their suspension setup is, because that allows me to fine-tune mine.
Try old Kirby?
Well, of course, you know I do. Gotta say, this TM runs real good. There's something different about a carb bike, and I didn't know that because I didn't come from carb bikes, but there is something different. Just down low seems to just be more linear. I'm not sure what it is. The fueling's just a bit better. And once you get off the bottom end, though, it's kind of the same. And I'd really like to run these two bikes back to back, Lance's TM and my XC, because the XC fuels differently than the XCW, being a TBI bike. I think it would be closer. What I can say about this TM, though, it runs really good, and the front suspension feels really good, and it turns, the steering on it's very light, but not like it's not dancing on you, so it's easy to point where you want it to go, and it goes where you point it. Really do like this bike. Alright, despite this bike being a great bike, the rider is only mediocre, so I do have a little bit of a letdown here. Alright, that just about brings us to the end of this video, but there is going to be a lot more for the winter, and there's going to be a Struggle Bunny Open Invitational once we get the trails beat in, and we're going to have a bunch of people up, kind of like we did this summer, and we're going to be out ripping around on these trails.